to all the viewers of Success Stories. Today we have with us Mr. Aditya Agarwal, co-founder Campus Sutra. Campus Sutra is the biggest bootstrap fashion brand in India. Started as the first online company, it is now present across 500 plus offline locations. It is the first Indian fashion brand which is present in 22 countries across 3 continents. Let me tell you, Aditya Agarwal is born and brought up in Siliguri and has done his schooling from the Bosco School. So it is a must watch for all the Bostonians. Now let's hear the rest of the story with the man himself. Hello Aditya,
Hi Nupur.
how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. Thank you first of all for inviting me. And Siliguri is always special for me because like you said, I was born and brought up here, and I'm a Boscoite. So it feels really special to be here and sitting here talking to you.
Of course, thanks to you for coming. So tell me, you left Siliguri when you completed your 10th, right? So where did you do your further college and further studies from?
Okay. So I left Siliguri when I was 16, at the age of 16, and I left back in 2001. After that, like every other person, you had two choices in front of you, whether you take science, commerce, or do engineering. So I went the third route of engineering and went to Kota and struggled there. उसके बाद it was pretty simple. So for example, I prepared for IIT JEE जो हुआ नहीं and I went to IITM Gurgaon doing computer science engineering क्योंकि IIT was the biggest goal in my life that time. I struggled a lot with it, but somehow didn't happen. But I did my engineering and then I did my MBA from Xavier Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar, and I landed a job at L'Oreal, and I worked there as marketing manager for quite some time. Then I joined Tally Solutions, which was in Bangalore, and I always wanted to move to Bangalore because मेरे को हमेशा था कि I need to do some business of my own. I always had that entrepreneurial bug in me, and I thought Bangalore is a good place because I had some family living there. Sonal was already there, and my co-founders were already there. So I thought, why not move to Bangalore?
So was it always Campus Sutra in your mind or you wanted to do something else?
It was never Campus Sutra was built very organically. The idea of Campus Sutra came very organically. It was not that we wanted to do a fashion apparel brand. It was about whether we wanted to start something together, and this also happened in a Goa trip. So all four of us, me, Khushbu, Sonal, and Dheeraj, went to a Goa trip, and we were just wondering. I was working with Tally at that time. Dheeraj was working with Walmart. Khushbu was in financial operations background. She was working with Northern Trust, and Sonal was working. Sonal is a gold medalist from NIFT, and she was working with Titan when all of us were there. And all of us had very very different different background, complementary skills. I was good at marketing. Dheeraj was good at launches, retail. So Khushbu
I
was
think this was a plus point.
this was a plus point. And हमें सबको मतलब we were when we met, and it was like we have the team here, and why not start something on our own. So एक वो था कि हमें स्टार्ट करना है, बट द बिगेस्ट बैरियर देन वाज आर कंबाइंड सैलरी वाज ₹1 crore, मतलब सबका मिला के वी हैड ₹1 crore का सैलरी. सो वो एक सेफ्टी नेट को छोड़ के तुम अगर अपना स्विचिंग समथिंग ताकि तुम्हारी सैलरी जीरो हो जाएगी एंड नेक्स्ट मंथ से तुमको सैलरी नहीं आने वाली. सो दैट वाज द मोस्ट डॉन्टिंग bridge
And
that we had
there
to
is a
cross.
factor too, like starting up with something you're not sure also, no? कि
Yes, you
कितनी
don't
देर
know.
तक
हाँ,
जाएगा?
you don't know where it goes. मेरे को भी नहीं, मतलब if you ask me 8 years ago कि कैंपस उतना ऐसा बनने वाला, तो शुरू में हमारा विजन ऐसा नहीं था. Obviously you start with some vision, and every year as the company goes your vision changes and you think bigger. So we during beginning we wanted to create an e-commerce brand, and the idea to go digital first in e-commerce brand was इंडिया में कोई कर नहीं रहा था.
So firstly, that's why you just had the online.
Yes. So we wanted to do one online brand because in the US as well as in the China market, which are ahead of us. China is ahead of us about 10 years, 12 years. That time we had about a 3x का gap. So China में there was this company called Alibaba. अभी तो सबको पता है. लेकिन back in 2013-14 D2C का concept इंडिया में आया ही नहीं था. Flipkart was selling books that time, only books, and then they were slowly increasing categories, and fashion they just opened up. सो हमें लगा कि ये टाइम बहुत सही है. अलीबाबा करके एक कंपनी है, which everybody knows now. But back then, they used to have this sale called 11/11. On 11th of November, they used to have a sale for one day, like the big billion days that happen now or the end of season sales that happen now. They sold $5 billion worth of merchandise in one single day. एंड इंडिया का पूरा ई कॉमर्स का साइज 1 बिलियन था उस टाइम. सो हमें पता था कि दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी इज़ वेरी बिग. हम नहीं करेंगे तो कोई और करेगा, तो रादर गिव इट अ शॉट. सो ये कन्विक्शन था हमें कि एटलीस्ट द इंडस्ट्री दैट वी आर गेटिंग इनटू, उसका फ्यूचर बहुत अच्छा है. इफ यू एग्जीक्यूट प्रॉपरली, आई थिंक वी विल बी एबल टू डू वी विल एबल टू बिल्ड समथिंग वैल्यूएबल. So that was the conviction when we went into it. And team, everything else fell into place because we had complementary skills. All of us had industry experience. We could go meet people, take their mentorship when it came to how to start up, what to look out for, how to build a correct structure since the beginning. So all those things really fell into place.
So I'm sure जितना easy sound कर रहे हैं, it must have not been that easy.
Mm.
So what were your struggles? And I'm sure there must have been obstacles also which you overcame.
Sure.
So what were those?
So biggest struggle was the twist with funding. So we call ourselves the biggest bootstrap fashion brand, and we are proud to be bootstrapped because bootstrapping means a lot to us. Uh, People have burnt millions of dollars to reach our scale, and we've been able to do it profitably day in day out, and we are profitable. We were profitable since the get go. So initially, the biggest challenge was money. So we broke into our own PF and started the company. So पैसा था नहीं, right? So I remember one of the struggles that we really faced was we were looking for an office in Bangalore, and all the offices were very expensive. कोई 50,000, कोई लाख, कोई 1.5 लाख का rent था, and we did not have money to pay. So we came across this house, this building, which was supposedly haunted. मतलब उसमें भूत रहता था.
Read about that.
Sure, sure.
So what is the haunted story?
सर सो वो बेसिकली उसमें बोलते थे वो बिल्डिंग कुछ 32 साल से खाली थी, उसमें कोई नहीं था. 32 ईयर्स, इतनी पुरानी बिल्डिंग थी. एंड उसमें जैसे अपने पुराने ज़माने में सिलीगुड़ी में भी जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल घर होते हैं जिसमें छोटे 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 कमरे होते हैं, तो वैसा घर था, वैसा था. एंड मतलब एक स्टैंडलोन बिल्डिंग थी, छोटे छोटे कमरे थे. एंड उसमें एक 400 स्क्वायर फीट का कमरा हमें मिला था और उसका रेंट सिर्फ 8,000 था. एंड वो बैंग इन द मिडल ऑफ बैंगलोर है, मतलब वो बिल्डिंग. तो हमने सोचा कि ठीक है, इसमें भूत या आत्मा जो भी रहता है उसको, मतलब आई ऑलवेज से दैट परमात्मा, आत्मा को परमात्मा बना के हमने सोचा कि काम शुरू करते हैं. एंड दैट इज, हाँ, सो हाँ, दैट इज वेन. एंड सो that was one big challenge that we started, where what we that is one big obstacle that we came. मतलब हमने frugally काम किया to figure out to get the best out of the money that we had, क्योंकि हमारे लिए कैपिटल एफिशिएंसी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था कि हमारे पास एक लिमिटेड अमाउंट ऑफ कैपिटल है, तो पैसा वहीं खर्चो जहाँ से रिटर्न्स बहुत ज़्यादा है. सो इनिशियली दीज टफ डिसीजंस वी हैड टू टेक, और वी हैड टू, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल एवरीबडी वांट्स टू हैव द बिगेस्ट ऑफिस, द स्वैंकीस्ट ऑफिस, क्योंकि ऑफिस में सप्लायर्स आते हैं, उसी ऑफिस में सप्लायर आएगा, उसी में बंदा आएगा हु विल वांट टू ज्वाइन यू, राइट? सो ऑफिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो वी हैड टू मेक the lack of having a good office up with our passion, with our conviction, with our vision. I remember working out of cafes. So our first office before this one was a cafe, and I would want to give a shout out to Vikas Parik, who owns the Little Green Cafe and Green Theory in Bangalore. तो उसका ही कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम यूज करके हम अपने पहले सप्लायर्स मीटिंग, इंटरव्यूज, हायरिंग करते थे. And yeah, planning, and that happened there, and our first photo shoot also happened there. So Vikas helped us along that way a lot. So yeah, he has been a part of it in the journey. So a lot of people from Siliguri have been very helpful. Even now, I feel blessed to be here. People have really shown a lot of love. All the sessions that I did, people were very enthusiastic, asked the right questions. So I am truly blessed to be here, as well as in the journey.
That is so true. He needs support, of course, and I think he still sticks to his roots, religion, family. That is the big blessing
Yes,
one
yes.
can have, and that's why you can never look backwards.
You need to have the right support system. So, for example, family is a big strength, and have working with your sisters and your brothers. My wife
You
also
have
works.
your sibling itself in
Yeah. So
among your
Sonal,
partners.
so Sonal and Khushbu are my own sisters, and Dheeraj is my brother-in-law. So all of us are
Okay.
related. But this happened as an organic thing. It was not कि हमें family business शुरू करना. We are not a family business. All of us have well defined roles and structures, and all we run it very very like a corporate company. So हम लोग we happen to be brothers and sisters who are partners, not the other way around. That was not the other way around. Yes.
Good enough. So, what is success to you?
For me, I think success means you know finding happiness in doing whatever you are doing. I think मंडे ब्लूज नहीं होता मुझे. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल संडे रात को मेरे को ऐसा नहीं लगता यार कल ऑफिस जाना है. सो आई थिंक दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन लाइफ. अगर अगर ऐसा होता है तो आई वुड सजेस्ट ऑल एनीबडी हु इज हैविंग दिस टू फाइंड योर कॉलिंग. आई थिंक दिस इज माय कॉलिंग, and running a business is my calling. So I think finding happiness in whatever you are doing is very very important. काम करने के लिए नहीं करना is success. वो चाहे छोटा हो बड़ा हो. For example, a person who's driving a car and is a driver and he really likes to drive, so that is his calling. But nothing better. So find your calling. I think you should enjoy what you're doing.
Make your work your passion.
Yes, make your or be passionate about what you do. Whatever method you follow, I think the goal is same, that you need to find happiness and find peace in whatever you're doing. So I think that is success. Money, there is no limit. You can earn as much as you want. Your lifestyle is not going to change, and you don't. And I think people should not chase money. They should chase value. They should chase, they should try to create value. I think that is what my message to people is. And also people should enjoy what they are doing. So I think success.
A very good message to one and all. So, where this word came from, Campus Sutra?
So beginning, I think there were a few short lists of names that we kind of made, and we wanted to be a youth brand. So Campus Sutra was something which really struck us, because there is a connection to campus. So for example, Campus Sutra means campus connection. So all of us have very very fond memories about our campuses. For example, हम जिस स्कूल से पढ़े हैं, जिस कॉलेज में गए हैं, जहाँ पे कैंटीन में टाइम पास किया है, जहाँ पे मतलब रात को 3-3 बजे तक जगे हैं. So had the best. So we have the best times of our life in our campuses, right? So we wanted to bring that campus connection back in people's lives. So for example, to connect with the youth. And also, for example, when we started with a lot of stream based merchandise. For example, we used to do a very very quirky sweatshirts and hoodies about engineering. So we had a t-shirt called Law Key, and had a Loki made on top and LAW hyphen KI. So we did very very funny innuendos when it came to our merchandise. So we were for the campus, by the campus, and 16 to 30 was our target market age group, and we came with that. And second biggest differentiating factor is हमने पांचों जो नाम हमने फाइनलाइज किए थे उसको GoDaddy में डाला, जिसका .com मिला. That became the front runner. So luckily we got the GoDaddy.com brand name for the website for Campus Sutra.
The perfect name, actually. So, what is your next target?
So so in terms of target, I think we'd love to be an example of a bootstrapping company, having its own IPO. I think that's the goal. And the target is not because of me or creating personal wealth for me myself. वो तो obviously it will happen. But we have this ESOP program, employee stock options program, which we give to a lot of people who have joined us and stayed with us for quite some time. So we reward loyalty a lot. So some percentage of the company's equity is with the employees. And when we do IPO, or when we create that value for us, it will also create value for your employees as well. So that's the final aim. But our vision is to create a global brand from India for the world. So हम सब मतलब हमें सबको वेस्टर्न ब्रांड्स बहुत पसंद है, जैसे all of us like Zara, all of us like H&M. But everything is made here and sent to those countries, and then they come back here and we pay exorbitant price for that. So, and we think that India is really really well poised to become the manufacturing as well as the brand creation country of the world. So I think in the next 2 decades, a lot of brands from India are going to break out to the scene of the world stage. and they are going to do really well.
Needed to agree, and that's a very good vision too.
That's our vision. So we want to build brands from India, which do successfully worldwide. So we are in 22 countries. We sell in about 11 countries in Europe, Germany, France, Italy, Spain. We are in Canada. We have an office in Canada. We have an office in the US, Middle East, Saudi. So we are trying to create the infrastructure and then create multiple brands based from India and sell in India as well as the world.
That's very nice. So, any message for the youth of Siliguri and all around India too?
I think the message would be that I was in a college recently and I asked the bunch of people कि आप में से entrepreneur कितने लोग बनना चाहते हैं? About 20% raised their hands. So I think it's a very very good number and I think it's encouraging. So I think my message is the time is now. The next 2 decades are India's decades. The growth story of India. We are very very well poised to do wonders in the future. So I think the time is now. Uh, Create value. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you don't need money. You can do it without money. You can do it with less money. You can find creative ways to solve problems.
So, when the youth say we don't have money, how to do?
So
How do we do a startup?
तुम भी अपना भूत बंगला ढूंढो. I think find your भूत बंगला.
You'll find
When
many.
it's, yeah, definitely. So you
Yeah,
find
many
one.
old
Old
books.
bungalows in Siliguri. Yeah. So that means people in Siliguri have an advantage, right?
Of course.
Bangalore
We
there
have
are few.
more
Yeah,
advantage.
yeah. Bangalore
Yeah,
there are
very
few.
few in Bangalore. Now I wonder if there are any.
No,
You were lucky to find it.
but that building is no more bhutia anymore now. Obviously, we've grown into we've taken a new office then, but we removed the bhoot bangla tag from that company.
In fact, you have given a good tag to the building.
Yes.
That you can earn from here.
Yes.
You can grow from here. So this is really nice to hear from you. I'm sure everyone should be inspired by whatever he told. He is a big inspiration for all of us, and especially for the youth, to know how to do a startup and not be scared to start anything. And if any knowledge is required, I'm sure he's there for each one of us. Of course.
Yeah, sure. It's anything for Siliguri. So a lot of people from Siliguri also work in my office. So
Oh,
you know,
that's
yeah.
really
So
nice.
I've so that way from for anything for Siliguri.
Okay, so even if you need a job,
Definitely
he's there
reach
for
out.
you.
Reach out.
You can go reach out to him.
Sure. Very.
Thanks a lot, Aditya,
Thanks,
for
Nupur.
joining us today
Thanks, Nupur. Thanks
at
for
Success Story.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.